around and it's like the next year. You're like, how the hell did we go from January to December already? So, time does fly by fast. But what I'd really like to hear from you is just your personal experience as far as, you gave us the one step where you kind of took a year off and you clung on to Canfield for a second or a while, however long that was. But what would you say was like the stepping into just getting the ball rolling again besides that? Like, what was the 1, 2, 3 that you personally took that maybe somebody listening might appreciate and might resonate with?
Yeah, and it is different for everyone. But for me, I am the girl who was always going, planning, accomplishing. I was that type A, and I needed to slow down. And I knew that the things that I used to enjoy at that point caused me intense anxiety. And I've had anxiety my whole life. So it peaking forced me, excuse me, to say I have to take care of me. And it doesn't matter that I have this obligation or this thing that others want me to be at. It's not good for me. And so I had to become comfortable with disappointing others and letting it look whatever it looked like to others and taking care of me. And so I slowed down, and for me, it was nature. Anything and everything outdoors was soothing. If people are really struggling right now, happy or joy can seem too far away. And so anything that decreases pain or can bring you any type of tranquility, going to the water, those were the things that were getting me through. And I struggled because I'm thinking, like, what am I accomplishing here? This looks unproductive. But it was getting me through the day. It was getting me through the night. I was finger painting at 3 a.m. But it served a major purpose. And I didn't know I would end up using art with clients to heal. You don't know those things. So you have to become comfortable doing those things that feel right, that actually feel right, and let go of the world judging around. Because sitting in the dirt really is where I slowed down and had some ahas. And that wouldn't have happened if I went at the world's pace.
Definitely. What's your viewpoint on creativity? I'm hearing this more and more and more. So tell me your viewpoint on that. Because I don't use any in my coaching, 0, but I'm hearing it's coming up a lot.
I think people healing really do let it out in creative ways. I write a letter to Jim every day. Still, that's how it started. I didn't know, and again, all the pieces align, that through Jack Canfield's community, I would meet my publisher and end up writing for others. I was just writing to get through the day, to get it out, to heal. And a lot of my clients and a lot of people do find some sort of release in art or writing music or some sort of creative outlet. You can kind of distract your mind from the pain and get lost in a project. So if it's not who someone is, by all means, you don't have to. But I do think that many people end up recognizing a creative side they weren't even in touch with.
Yeah, definitely. Tell me more about writing to your husband.
I talking to him, right? Telling him everything, being so intimately connected. I still wanted him to know all the stories, and I know he's always with me. And it's that tug between he's here, but I can't hug him. So I still wanted him to know whether it was this sucks and I hate life without you, or guess what happened today. And it just becomes, for me, very therapeutic and part of my ritual. And my dog even knows, like at night, we have his ashes, we sit with them, we have my journal. And if it's later, from a little bit off schedule, she'll be like nudging his ashes and saying, it's really, so for me, again, it wasn't for any other purpose than it made me still feel connected to him. It made me be able to wind down a little bit and try to lay down, which, sleep is difficult for a lot of people dealing. So I didn't know it would lead to anything. And I think that's something that people can get comfortable with. If you're knitting for no reason, but it's getting you through the day, have at it. You don't need to know why.
Yeah. As far as sleep goes, that is something, whether it's because of, something similar to your story or not, but sleep is an issue with a lot of individuals. Do you have any thoughts on how, journaling is a great one, but do you have any insight on that as far as people being able to wind down and get a good 7 to 8 hours of sleep?
I know technology is everywhere, and a lot of people aren't comfortable being away from it, but really truly having your phone in another room and just separating, or even giving yourself the deadlines. I do not look at my phone before 7 a.m. no matter what time I get. I usually get up around 5. So giving yourself windows where the goal is to become tranquil, feel calmer, whether that's reading, writing, doing a puzzle. It's different for everyone, but the goal being, I want to get to a calmer place. And it might not work, but it's certainly